What's up, everybody? You're very welcome along to this Anfield Agenda Brentford preview. I'm going to take you through my predicted 11 and my score prediction for the game against Brentford at Anfield, 2 p.m. on Sunday. A game which, of course, you can join us for a watch along of. Not quite sure if we're going to do it on YouTube or Twitch just yet, but bear with me on that one. I will let you guys know before we get going. And look, this preview has been brought to you with thanks to our friends at Spitch. If you don't know what Spitch is, give me 30 seconds of your time and I will fill you in. Spitch is a new fantasy football manager game that allows you to prove your football knowledge against other managers and win your share of a weekly prize pool of up to £70,000. Spitch offers games from multiple leagues, including the Premier League, the Bundesliga, and of course the Champions League. You can create a brand new lineup every single match day, and you can play in any weeks you want. So if you want to come in, play for a week, go away. It's not like FPL where you have to be on it consistently every single week. Of course, we'd love you to play it every week, but if you want to just play every now and again, you can do so and still be right in with a chance of winning that money each week. There are paid pitches and there are free pitches. It's important to point out that that 70 grand prize pool, you can enter into that completely free. But there are paid pitches as well. Once match days kick off, you'll receive points based on player stats such as goals, assists, tackles made, all that kind of stuff. There are tons of statistical analysis available as well. Information on individual players from inside the app. There's previews there ahead of each game week as well. The only conditions are that you must be 18 years or over to play and you have to be a resident of the UK. Link to download Spitch is of course in the description of the stream below, or you can just go onto the App Store and search Spitch, but we'd prefer you go with our link because it lets the guys at Spitch know that we sent you. Right, with that in mind, folks, let's get straight into this preview. The reverse game against Brentford was, of course, an absolutely crazy one. Actually, funnily enough, I didn't even do a watch-along of that when I was away over in London for it, and Jack Gill stepped into the watch-along, but what a mad game that was. And hopefully, we get a similarly attractive game, but with a better result for us in this one. So I've had a look at this, and I've tried to come up with an 11 that I think will get the job done. Now, bear in mind, what we noticed in the game against Brentford at the Brentford Community Stadium was that they kept overloading the back post. That's where they got most of their joy. So they put balls in and then they were putting 2 or 3 players up against Trent or up against whoever, Robbo on the other side, at the back post, and they were overloading and it caused us a whole lot of trouble. That with their energy and enthusiasm, and of course the Brentford Stadium as well and the fans in there, made it a very difficult day's work. So I'm hoping that even though we've got Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah, Naby Keita away at the AFCON, and we have our injuries with Thiago, Divock Origi, Harvey Elliott, that we can still get the job done. Because look, we need to start getting back to winning ways. We need to try and keep up with Manchester City as best that we can, and also need to make sure that we keep a gap between us and the chasing pack. So I'm going to have a bash at this 11. Let me know what you think. Of course, if your view differs from mine, I'd love to know. Let me know in the comment section below. We'll start off with the predicted score. So I've gone for a 2-0 win for the Reds. Scoring goals is probably going to be a little bit more difficult now that Mane and Salah aren't here. No surprises there. But we should still be able to get the job done, and we should still be able to try and find ways to beat Thomas Frank's Brentford. Starting out with the back four situation, obviously Alisson in goal, and I've gone for Virgil van Dijk and Joel Matip as a centre-back pairing. I'm aware that Matip played against Arsenal and that often playing 3 games in a week can be difficult for Joel, but he was replaced at the end of the match by Joe Gomez, so did get a little bit of respite. So that, coupled with the fact that I think Joel Matip has been our most consistent defender this season, I hope that's the centre-back pairing. Full-backs, no surprise, Andy Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now, people are probably going to be saying Trent wasn't great against Arsenal, and he wasn't. He didn't have a great game. Happens to the best of them. People are also going to say that Nico Williams had an impact on the game when he came on and looked far more likely to create. Bear with me. I hope you'll be happy in a minute if you're thinking that way. So Robbo for me at left back, Trent at right back, and now the real headaches start to come when we look at midfield. No Keita, no Thiago. Fabinho, Curtis Jones and Jordan Henderson for me. Now, I'll be the first one to admit that I don't think Jordan Henderson is playing up to his own high standards. I don't know whether that is the effects of the flu or the illness that he had. I don't know if that's because he played a lot of minutes, he's getting older. I don't know. But what I do know is I don't want to see James Milner or Jordan Henderson starting this game. So I would rather see Curtis Jones on the left-hand side, Jordan Henderson on the right, and Fabinho in the holding midfield role. Some people out there might want to see Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I appreciate where you're coming from as well. This is just what I think could get the job done. So moving into the attacking lineup, and I did say there was going to be a surprise here. There it is for you. Nico Williams, right-hand side of the front 3. We did get teased with this. We did get teased with it in the media when we heard that maybe when the AFCON is on on, this could be a plan. And I think it's a good plan. I think it's certainly better than having Takumi Minamino there as an example, because just that little cameo from Nico Williams against Arsenal showed us a player that feels he has a point to prove, a player that may want to prove to other clubs that he's worth taking a punt on. And as I've always said, if Nico Williams wants to move on to get more first team football, I've no issues with that. Footballers' careers are short, and these guys look at what's ahead of them with Trent Alexander-Arnold and probably think, look, very difficult to break into that team. Not only is Trent so good, but he's also so young. So I'd love to see Nico get a chance on the right-hand side, Diogo Jota on the left-hand side, and Bobby Firmino through the centre. That's the 11 that I'd like to see Jurgen Klopp go with against Brentford. Again, it's difficult because Origi's not available. Some people might want Minamino in there. Some people may feel I'm being a bit harsh on Takumi Minamino. But for me, I just think 2 years at the football club now, a loan spell at Southampton, and I've yet to see consistent improvement, which is difficult. I understand if he's not getting a run of games, it's hard to get into a rhythm. I just don't think he's there. I don't think that Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain has enough dynamism going forward anymore. I do feel he's improved his defensive side of the game, but I just don't think this is the right game to release Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain again. I just think Jordan Henderson and Curtis Jones for me. And I think Nico Williams will surprise a lot of people if he got a run out on the right-hand side of the attack. We're not used to him there, but we have seen it's something that Klopp's done before. So if you remember the League Cup game, the round before Arsenal, actually the game before Leicester, if my memory's right, we seen that Conor Bradley was brought on. Nico Williams had started the game at right back. Conor Bradley was brought on. He was pushed into right back. Nico Williams was pushed further forward. Again, got himself an assist in that game as well. So I'm all for giving Nico a chance. I'd much rather see him than Taki. Diogo Jota on the left, Firmino through the centre. That's not how I would line up. If I could pick a formation, I would change it a little bit. Maybe go 2 up top, 1 in the hole in behind, and try and create things a little bit differently. But it does look as though Jurgen Klopp is going to stick to his tried and tested 4-3-3, and that's the 11 that I would go with. Brentford, obviously a bit of a mixed bag from them this season. Started off well with that fantastic opening day victory against Arsenal. Bit of an up and down since then. But they were up for it against us, and I expect them to be up for it again. Ivan Toney is a Liverpool fan, as we know. He could maybe want to give Jurgen Klopp something to think about, and I'm sure that they're going to work really hard. Mbeumo, another good player for Brighton. Sergi Canos, a name that you'll probably remember from his days at Liverpool as well, has rebuilt his career with Brentford. And look, it's going to be a difficult afternoon's work. You don't get any really easy games in the Premier League. It's one of the most competitive leagues in the world. So I'm hoping we get back to winning ways and get set up for that game against Arsenal next Thursday, the second leg of the League Cup semi-final. We didn't get the result that we hoped for at Anfield, but I still feel that we can go to the Emirates, we can get the job done, and we can book our place in the final against Chelsea. As I said, we will be hosting a watch along of it on Sunday. Kickoff is at 2 p.m. We're still unsure if it'll be on Twitch or YouTube, so keep with us on that one. All the post-match content after the game will, of course, be on YouTube. Thank you to our sponsors, Twitch. Thank you to you guys for watching. Love to know your comments and anything I spoke about. Let me know below. Drop a like on the video, and if you haven't subscribed to Anfield Agenda on Twitch, on YouTube, give us a follow on Instagram, give us a follow on TikTok, and on YouTube, Twitter. That's the other one that I keep forgetting. Please do as well. Always love to hear from you guys. Talk to you soon. Take care. Up the Reds.